Is that it? That
right.
was it. Was that it?
That was beautiful. It? What a way to start the day. Cup of coffee, little bluesy jam.
What a way to start
bluesy, moody bluesy.
Damn.
Moody bluesy.
Start the day with just setting lots of stuff
rock.
up that doesn't work.
That was yacht rock.
It was kind of yacht rock, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Now. When is a Strat not a Strat?
When,
or a Telly not a Telly? I've got a... We're revisiting our friends at Hansen Guitars today. There's nothing new other than, recently Andertons has had another delivery of, so there are some fresh new colours and bits and bobs like that.
Yeah.
But I've got this thing about Hansen guitars, and the more I play them, the more I kind of formulate what it is. And you know what I don't like, or not don't like, what I don't see the point of? If you just want to buy a Strat or a Telly, and you just want an ash and all the body, and you want a really traditional feeling neck and a really traditional vibe to it, half of me is a bit like, you just go and buy Fender, right? If you want like that vibe, but just, I think this is what appeals to me about Hansen. It's just like, here's a twist on it though. Gonna basically use different materials to build the guitar than Fender would traditionally use. It's got a slightly slinkier vibe to it, like a little slightly, I don't know if it physically is slightly smaller, but everything to me just feels a little bit more compact and slinky.
No, you're right. You're right there.
It's going to cost me a bit less than a Fender, which is obviously good.
You say a bit, I'll say quite a bit.
Quite a bit less.
Yeah.
And it also ticks that little box of like, if you really want to own a guitar that genuinely is a little one-man band artisan builder, making guitars.
And it is.
Here's a lump of wood. Let's get my chisel out and make a guitar.
Yeah.
You don't get that with the big brands. The big brands are all, making way more than that.
Yeah.
So there's this sort of Hansen thing. But tell me, Pete, you are, a native of the beautiful country of Denmark.
Yeah.
What is it that about Hansen and Henning Hansen that you like?
I like it's exactly the same as what you like, really. I just like that it's a different take on something classic. I like that they use moose bone that they get from Norway, and they take it back to Denmark and dig it down into a swamp somewhere and let it harden, and then make the knot out of them.
Yeah.
They use silver German silver frets on here. You know, they do their own pickups. I like the fact that all of these guitars have got a little mark somewhere.
Here's mine.
They'll all have, there's one here, and it's, I don't know if it's a Tuborg or Carlsberg bottle, and it just gets that ding, and that's a little Danish nod to there we are, you know. And I think they're relicked really nicely. I think, you know, when you see a Fender, you know, you take relic or whatever, you like it or not, that's you can comment in the comment section. If you don't like it, just leave it. Leave it to yourself, because some people are doing something, whatever. So, but I like the way actually that if you get a Fender, you know, you never get any relicking on the neck. Gibson does it, you know.
You mean it's just completely worn?
It's just worn, and it's like, oh, there's no dings in the neck because I don't like dings in the neck. Where, you know, every little ding tells a story. And here, they give you those little bits, and, you know, and whether you like that or not, you know, I do like it, and I like that. I mean, the fact is we've chosen the colors, so you're not getting traditional colors. This is an Andertons white that they gave us. We said, can we have this? Because there's a guy called Jakob Korevits in Denmark who plays a guitar that I really love, and it's a Hansen, and it's got this color combination. And I was trying to figure out what color it was, and of course they make them more than one. So
I like the fact
490
that you pick a Hansen up and it's incredibly light. They're all really light. So you think, oh, what kind of crazy lightweight swamp ash is that?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not. It's mahogany.
Yeah.
But it's mahogany, I think,
mahogany
from a very specific forest, whatever. And it's dried for 2 years before, you know, hand-picked, dried for 2 years before Henning will make a guitar from it. And again, it's like, you know, I know the tone wood debate, there are, you know, it's almost as bad as religion. There are believers and there are non-believers and whatever. But, you know, I do think a mahogany-bodied, you know, a very Fender-inspired guitar design, but with a mahogany body, has just a different vibe to it. And that's what I want.
There's some magic in here.
Sometimes I want to play my Telecaster, and sometimes I want to pick up something that has the vibe of a Telecaster, but it's just different. And I don't want to pick up. I mean, there's loads of amazing guitar makers out there that do like exact replicas of Fender. And I almost I don't really want that.
No.
I kind of, you know, if it's just gonna be a Fender, you might as well just have a Fender. Whereas I like the fact that this is obviously a nod to that, but it's just a
and you know, of course,
feel and vibe.
I have to say that I do like that they're Danish, because it does, you know, there's something about that as well, and I love that it's made not very far from where I grew up, and I just it's a one-man band, and they are different shapes.
This will give you a vibe. According to the website, Henning started making guitars in something like 1984, so he's been doing it a long time. And we're still only up to serial number.
No, we had number 500 is in there, so we did get number 500.
That's what I'm saying. So we're still, it's like minuscule numbers of guitars. I should say at this moment, probably one of the biggest challenges that you'll have to owning a Hansen guitar is finding somewhere to buy one.
Getting your Hansen on it.
Because I think you've either got to order it direct from Hansen, or I think there's only 2 retailers. One's might be in Sweden, and obviously Andertons is the other one. But I was talking to Hansen the other day, and he said it would be amazing if a retailer slightly further afield, America, North America, South America, Far East, whatever, got in touch and started stocking them. So if you're that retailer, go and find Hansen's details off the website.
And as you say, it's worth stocking these next to Fender. You know, you can take a company like Nash Guitars. You know, I know I'm going controversial there, but it's essentially just it's the same parts putting together, and it looks so much like it. Even the neck and the headstock and everything. There's nothing different. They use really cool trim systems. On here, you know, they use the little Wilkinson. I love these bits.
Yeah, the bridges on the Telecasters are very cool.
It's got that really nice. Anyway,
let's do some sounds. I mean,
man.
Pete owns a couple of Hansen guitars. Definitely some sort of Danish mafia connection here. I thought you had two tellies.
No, I've got one telly.
One telly.
The gold telly. Yeah,
that's right.
I mean, I would love to have one of these at some point, but let's see what the future brings.
But let's say, nice case with them. Actually, that's a relatively recent thing.
That's a new one.
Probably maybe a year ago, they didn't come with a case, but now they come with a nice case with a Hansen sort of motif on the outside.
All get a certificate inside with all of the specs and everything on it.
We talked about how much these. Well, sorry, Pete referenced saying these were quite a lot less than a sort of a Fender equivalent. So I suppose we should clarify that. The Hansen range in Andertons sits in between that sort of £2,500 and £3,000 mark. So it's not by any means like an affordable guitar.
No.
But if you're, the equivalent, I suppose, Fender custom shop guitar would start now from about £4,000. So I suppose, it's quite a chunk less. But I don't think that's the... I think if these were just the same price as a Fender, I still think to a certain extent I'd still want one to just have... I'd want my telly and I'd want my Hansen, and then I'd just sort of go, well, what, if I'm not feeling it on one guitar, I'll switch to the other, and maybe it'll give me that spark of inspiration to just do it.
The double bound gold top I have is such a different guitar for my Telecaster. It couldn't be. I mean, it sounds weird, but it's so far apart that it might as well be a Les Paul and a Strat because of the construction and because of the pickups, and because of the neck and because of the, I love the.
So look, if you live in England, or you're visiting England, and you can jump on a train or jump in your car, come down to Guildford, there's always, well, I say always, there's often 7 or 8 Hansen guitars hanging out. So come and try one, because they're genuinely, it's a very, very brilliant guitar that not many people would have heard of. So anyway, Pete,
let's do tones
on the Stratomacaster. On the S-Type.
And please like and subscribe and all of that stuff.
Do you want the one with the trem arm on it, or are you
that's
not?
okay.
Yeah, okay.
It's really nice to play. The neck is...
There's not as much lacquer taken off of the neck as you might get if you were to go and buy one of the sort of the heavy relic style Fender necks. It's got a little bit of wear where your thumb might go for playing all your chords down the bottom here, and then it's relatively sort of lacquered up. The rest of it's got a few little dingaroos, as if a few battle scars.
It's thin. I mean, if you took so what is it called? If you took I always like to do this to my guitars because it's nitro.
It's all nitro finished.
And then you get this. If you do that, it gets nice and soft, and it'll wear off really quickly. Here's the. Middle position. Yeah, I need to play Strats more because it's great, isn't it? Sorry, I say S-types.
This might be a completely pointless, crappy comparison, but the only custom shop Strat I've got in here is a maple neck 50s Strat.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to see whether or not, both. Probably less about a comparison playing it, because the 50 Strat has got the chunkier neck on it anyway. But just roughly-ish, does it feel... It's really weird, isn't it?
It's a different shape. The horn is slightly... I'll hold it that way. The horn is definitely...
Tiny bit slinky.
Fatter, slinky on here, slinky on here.
I'm just interested in hearing the sort of the difference.
Well, let's see.
Again, I'm sort of... There's obviously lots of things about this guitar that's different to the Hansen.
Yeah.
But just going to reinforce all of the things that you non-believers don't believe in. But my gut feeling is that the rosewood board, the mahogany body, is contributing in a small way to the fact that I think that sounds a little bit more mellow, perhaps a little bit bassier than
I hear more,
that.
but I hear more top end and more low end in this.
Yeah.
And it's funny, people always say, what's that maple neck sometimes sounds more mellow and more sort of
Maple or snappy. I don't know.
No, this feels snappier, but
Right.
I think it's something to do with also the frets, the silver fret. But it's got a low end in it. This guitar is just wonderful. And every time I play one, we keep saying it, and I know that that I am. What is it called? I bear the flame for these because it's. I just think they're great guitars.
Patriotic Danish.
A little flamey neck on here as well. I mean, there's one over here with a flamey neck on it. I love the inlay in the. Oh, yeah. Look at that flame.
Wow. I think that's like something. Some guitars come through pretty plain.
Yeah.
Some with flame.
But you can buy this one. It's serial number what?
497.
497. This is 490, and there's just something about them that's just.
I'll tell you what. I mean, we'll move on to the tellies in a second. My other favourite thing about this, I am so into this carbon drive pedal.
Yeah, it's a good pedal.
It's like, here's my amp with no pedals. Nice sound. But with the carbon, I've just got this. So I don't even use it as a drive, it's like... That is a good sounding guitar, man.
It is a good sounding guitar. Do you want to do some drive on that one there?
Yeah, and then I've been using the gunshot from 4-piece for sort of,
It was so good the door opened up in the bathroom.
And then what I'm doing is I've got a boost pedal that just kind of, if I need more.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
And I generally, apart from, I got that pedal, which I wouldn't use for this sort of guitar.
That sounds so good. Well, they know how to wind the pickups as well. They're really, really, really nice, aren't they?
Yeah. Look, I mean, these guys are never going to take over the world, but I just, as I said, it's just, I've said it before a dozen or so times about Pete's gold Telecaster.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Reliable.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not a Telecaster, it's like his gold T-style Hansen.
Yeah.
It must stop. It must annoy brands so bad. It must annoy Gibson so much when people say, oh yeah, it's my Les Paul when it's not a Les Paul. And it must annoy Fender so much.
That's my, anyway, my shoes.
It's our fault, isn't it?
Yeah.
For like people like us that sort of we just call everything that looks a bit like a Strat.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Mr. Reliable is a bit like sometimes if you're doing a video and this, I don't know, there's like, the technology's let you down or the sound's not quite where or the guitar's not staying in tune.
Yeah.
It's always the one you can go, give me that one.
Yeah, and boom.
Everything will be fine.
Yeah.
It
sounds great.
That's a good looking guitar.
This is a great looking guitar. Single bound, T-style, flaming neck. Look at that flame on that neck. That's almost Music Man flame.
That's ridiculous.
Look at that.
Ridiculous.
So that was 497. This was, I really going to the Telecaster. I really love these saddles because it's got this little rounded. So when you put your hand down on it, it doesn't, it doesn't scrape you or anything, and. We've got a gain from the Dane. And with the Halcyon...
Do you think the Dane knows that it's a Danish guitar being plugged into it?
The Dane knows that that's a T-style as well. I think that's... Bit more reverb. So that's the neck pickup with the Dane, sort of 9 o'clock, 9:30. Sort of mellow gain, so it's not. But if you put the neck, it's just a great guitar. Every time I play one, they're all great.
Loads of different. Well, I say loads. There's 3, 4 different
neck, man.
T-style options. You can go completely, unbound, regular, traditional. You can have bound on the front. You can have double bound. You can even have a thin line version if you want to.
Yeah.
And check the website. Links below.
You see, this bit is different from a regular old T.
A little bit more scoopooed.
Yes, this is kind of flatter. We just have a little look.
I said, I'm certainly not suggesting that you should have one or the other. Absolutely suggesting you should have both. Yeah, I see what you mean.
That's very different.
Anyway. That is
isn't it?
Bop Hansen guitars. Yes, hello Henning and Michael over at Hansen, and we shall hopefully
have
see
you liked
soon.
and subscribed?
Please, yes. Have you liked and subscribed? Let's jam out. We didn't give the green one any love, but it's basically the same as the blue one.
Yeah, this is a good colour, isn't it? What was that called again?
It's one of the Celadon green, salad, and.
Polaris White, Talk God, it's over there on I've
got it, have I? I do apologise.
Yeah, because it had a cool, and it's like a one-ply guard on here as well.
The blue is Pelham blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, the green is Celadon green, Celedon. Celadon. Never heard of Celadon.
Never heard of it.
Celery. But I would say that's darker than celery. Anyway, look, we'll jam out. Maybe, why don't you do once round on that, once round on that. I'll play the pink one. We'll see you next time. And actually, at the beginning of this loop, and at the beginning of the loop, at the beginning, which we've never done before, Pete used the TC Electronic Infinite Freezer to put that sort of drone chord underneath the loop. And I thought that was really cool.
That's really cool, isn't it?
Another little cool way that you might be able to use the infinite pedal if you want to.
Oh, infinite.
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 Let's just
jam it. Yeah.